The Serve-On teams held training sessions this weekend here in Salisbury, so the international response team was first up. But what was their mission about?
Today some of our international response team are looking at collapse building. They've got a scenario, they're using some technical search equipment, we've got seismic and acoustic listening, we have thermal image, we have CO2 probes, different cameras, and essentially if you can find that someone's trapped and get that they're alive, then you can make a plan to reach them, which can involve tunnelling, breaching walls and floors. So they're using power tools in a tiny space, crawling through and rescuing a casualty in what's a simulated collapse, but it's quite a realistic one.
And what goes into keeping this charity running?
It's volunteers and people. Technical training, a lot of long hard training, selection and assessments to keep us up on top of our game. But our most important ingredient is people, and those people volunteer. Not only can they work hard in difficult conditions for long periods, but they also actually get very good at working with other people. You're going to help people, you are people, and people in between are helping a hindrance. So one of the big things we actually need to do is grow really good people and teams.
So with people being an important part of Serve-On, we spoke to Laura, a member of the international team, about what it's like being a part of this group.
Having sort of no previous experience of USAR, and sort of I kind of came into this with just the thought of this is going to be a new experience, a new entire skill set. I sort of had no expectations as to what exactly it was going to be. But actually Serve-On has been brilliant with encouraging and supporting women within the sort of USAR community. So although it is still an incredibly male-dominated sort of sector of work, there's a real sort of feeling of teamwork and family, and that whole sort of masculine environment that we might see outside of this organisation. It's not within Serve-On, which is brilliant.
But it wasn't only the international team in action. We asked the search and rescue team about the biggest challenges in training their dogs.
The handler. The handler's always the biggest thing. The dogs, everything's in the box with the dog. You just got to open that box up. It's that the handler is the concern that we always have, and what fails a dog or what makes mistakes is mainly the handler. Yeah.
And why do they think dogs are so important for the teams?
So ultimately, a dog brings added resource to a search team in the way of locating a live scent of a casualty quicker than any person would be able to detect that live casualty. Depends on environment, wind conditions, climate and so on. But they are our best resource in many ways to locate these live casualties.
So for the future, what does Serve-On need to continue helping locally and internationally?
The most important thing I'd say as a charity to survive is gaining the right funds, the right support and good people. So people can come and get involved in a variety of ways, and there are people who will say, I can't just drop everything and fly into an earthquake and it's pretty tough and I'm not as fit as I used to be and all that. We have a lot of other areas where we need help and we welcome it.
Ian Sheridan, That's TV.